and responsibilities of Toastmasters Club.
Have you ever considered the elements that goes into a successful show or concert? Good afternoon, all of my fellow Toastmasters and our wonderfully welcome guest. There are a lot of things that you see immediately. You see your performers, you see the band, you see the stage, the MC, Master of Ceremonies. But there is a lot of work that goes in behind successful concerts that we don't see. Like maybe the director who actually planned the whole program, or maybe the man who printed the tickets, the publicists, the PR people, the people who set up the music system. All of those components go into making a successful program. Now, in order to have a satisfying experience in a program or in a show, you have to have all these components put in. And very much like your concerts or your shows or award ceremonies, Toastmasters have to do the same thing so we can have a good, entertaining, enlightening meeting. And people keep coming back. Now, a successful Toastmasters meeting is one that would go on and have all of your roles completed. Everybody has something to do, just like in a successful concert. All of those roles are completed. The musicians are playing the music, our speakers are doing our roles as far as our agenda. Now, every member contributes to a successful Toastmasters meeting. However, there are specific members that ensure a good Toastmasters meeting. And those particular members are the members who take roles. Now, these participants can fall into two categories. One are the role players, the people who take roles on our agenda. But the second category that they fall into, the behind the scenes category, would be our officers. Now, just like Beyonce or Barbra Streisand needs a band and a backup to be as good as they are, our Toastmasters clubs need our agenda filled and completed to be as good as we are. And that is a necessity if the events are going to run smoothly. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at some of the roles, the proper way to fulfill them. And in doing so, I would like all of you who have been hesitant about roles or who haven't taken roles, I'd like for you to kind of listen and kind of consider yourself in that position, because it's also nice when different people do different things. That's another good part about Toastmasters. Now, let's start with the main role. That is our Toastmaster. Our Toastmaster would be like the Master of Ceremonies. Now, it's real good to have superior ad-libbing skills like our President, Sir Mac. However, even with those skills, it does require presentation, it does require rehearsal, and it also requires preparation and planning in order to be an effective Toastmaster. A Toastmaster's job is, first of all, to review the agenda when they get here and be sure all our roles are filled and the people are here to fill the roles when they get here, Jack. And also to speak briefly with all the speakers and the people in the roles to be sure that they're prepared so that he can make an effective presentation of them. Now, another very important part of a Toastmaster meeting, or we'll call it a Toastmaster show today, is our table topics master. Their main job is to see that everybody participates. However, it's a really good job because it gives you the freedom to be creative and to have a lot of fun. However, it is also their goal to see that everybody participates. So the first thing a table topics master should do is check the agenda and see who is here that's not assigned in their roles and solicit them, as well as giving our new guests an opportunity to participate and be a part of and maybe get them to feeling like they're a member so they can make it real. Now, who do we think are the stars of our show?
Speakers.
The speakers are the star of our show. And the reasons the speakers are is because, and I'm one of them today, and I mean we be cramming, trying to get this information together, studying our manuals to complete our project so that we can give you a top-notch presentation. But because of all the work that goes into speaking and to doing an effective and a good speech, they become the stars of the show, and everything is based around them since we are all Toastmasters. Now, the next person I'm going to talk about, or the next role I'm going to talk about, is our general evaluator. Now, we at Toastmasters got a little bit going on more than the concerts and the public shows, because usually they have to wait till the next day to see what the critics or the newspaper has to say about them. But we don't. We are evaluated before we leave, and that gives us an immediate learning experience. So we learn immediately how we can do better. Another thing that an evaluator does is handle the evaluation portion of the show, which means he or she would introduce the evaluators. He or she would solicit the reports of your timers, your R counter, and grammarian, and then he or she actually evaluates the meeting itself. So we get immediate feedback and learn immediately on all of that. Now our speech evaluators are just a little bit different, because speech evaluators can tell the person immediately what they liked, but they also tell the person immediately what they need to improve. Now, most of us, when we come and we sit and listen to these speeches, we are just here to be enriched, enlightened, and entertained. But a speech evaluator have to do something a little different. They also have to listen so that they can fill out that evaluation form in the manual, as well as be prepared to give an oral review to that person in front of the club as to what he or she did well, or he or she can do better. Now, we all know that Toastmasters can talk. The question on that is, can we say what we need to say in the time that we have allotted? And for that, we have our timer, who is there specifically for the purpose of seeing that we stay into our allotted time and reach our objective of staying within time to communicate our speech. Next, we give never my favorite report, the R counter and the grammarian. Now, that report is always a dread for me when I've spoken, because it's one of my weak areas. However, the grammarian is there to correct us on our language usage, to be sure that we use the English language correctly. And the R counter is there for our vocabulary clutches, like ums, ahs, you know, and all the stuff we try to do when we lose time and go blank brain during the speech. I call them time fillers.